A lot of teams in the league have been able to figure out a style that contrasts the Celtics' high three-point volume so well. Pace and space seem to work really well for you guys tonight. How did your just intensity and speed work against them?
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough team. It's a tough place to play. I thought our guys kept hitting him, just stay the course, stay the course. That's what it's going to take tonight. You know, I thought our mental toughness was great. I thought our guys executed our defensive game plan, knowing that they were going to shoot 50, 55. They ended up shooting 63s. You know, we tried to make them as difficult as possible. There was definitely some that were loose that we'd love to get back, but just the mental toughness and the commitment to our 3 Ps, which we talk about, our pace, principles, possessions. I thought our pace was a huge factor tonight. I mean, to score, I think, over 20 points in fast break, to still get 60 points in the paint against a team that's got great shot blocking, great size, you know, one-on-one defense. I thought our ball movement in the half court from the first couple possessions, which we've struggled in previous games, was really good. We were moving without the ball. The bench comes in, it picks up a different speed. You could just see the rhythm of the game trending in a positive direction for us and just staying for 48 minutes. I mean, you look at the minutes and stuff for some of our guys, you know, down the stretch, playing big minutes. Jaren played like 15 minutes in a row, played with great pace, saw the space, went to attack, you know, from the trailer spot from the wing. Ja was great tonight, you know, but the pace was a huge factor, and that can be a challenge against this team, especially when they get going from the three-point line.
It's funny, Ja just made news for saying he's trying not to dunk so much anymore and pick his spots. And tonight he seemed like he was playing very grounded and composed, and then of course he ends up with a double pump reverse.
Sure,
which is going to happen, right? So how has he shown such a good balance this year in finding a more sustainable game?
Yeah, I mean that's something that, you know, he's well aware of. You know, last couple of years, you know, just his unbelievable God-given gifts, his athleticism, his speed, his creativity with his body movement, balls in his hands, what he can do when he leaps in the air and finish at the rim. But I think, you know, he's kind of recognized playing on balance actually opens up the floor a little bit more. He can get on balance, you know, to have his finishes at the rim, finding teammates. I thought he had a couple great, you know, inside out, you know, plays just by playing ground. I had a couple timeouts. He was coming. I was like, I love how you're playing fast and you're just playing on balance when you get into the paint because it opens up the floor. So I think he's recognizing, he's seeing it. You know, one of the most gifted and smartest players I've ever been around, and that one area of his game I think translates to individual success for him, but also what it can open up for the team with, you know, his playmaking ability.
Do you still get awed when he does a dunk like that?
Yeah. I mean, that one happened so fast, and amongst Porzingis and I think somebody else there that I was glad that he made the baseline rip. You know, that was the decision, and then obviously, as you said, you know, be grounded for most of the game and have that highlight reel that was special. And you know, he just played an overall unbelievable game, almost a triple double. It was pretty impressive.
Smart tonight. How much was his ankle a factor for him, and was that part of why he didn't play much?
No, I think you know, he pushed through. I mean, I thought he came out with great intent. You know, just the shots weren't, you know, falling for him. I thought his defensive activity was good, and obviously when we got around that fourth quarter mark there and working in some subs, that group just kind of caught fire, and I just kind of rolled with the rhythm and just made a gut feel. But obviously he's been playing well of late, and you know, Ty, just one of those nights that, you know, the ball wasn't going in, but I thought his defense was pretty good.
Got more jaw questions. He's such a great downhill threat, but when you get downhill, you can't really pass forward. You're pretty much passing back. How has him kind of sitting back and being on balance allowed other guys to kind of fill in that space and allow him to thread those kind of passes?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. I mean, obviously, you know, it's tight windows that he can, you know, throw it in. We're trying to be mindful of being even just more aware of the open space. And when he's on balance, he can find the guy behind him. He can find the kickouts. He can use his pivot game. He's been really working on that a lot to just distort the defense. Everyone's going to go for pump fakes, trying to block his shots. Once they're up, then he can go finish sometimes, or he can kick out. And then obviously he shot the ball well from the three-point line tonight. Just his movement off the ball, playing on balance there. I thought he had a good balance in his shot, you know, knocking down free throws. So overall, just a very balanced game by Ja.
It seems like you guys are less pick and roll and kind of more spread out this year offensively. Maybe that's inherent to just playing in transition. But like tonight, the guys that were scoring, it's like Ja had his moment in the fourth quarter. Jaren had his moment. Des had his moment. Like, how are you guys finding those segments throughout crunch time or big parts of the game where it's like one guy's going to just have the space to attack over and over?
Sure. I mean, as we've been saying since the start of the season, we want 5 guys that can be in attack mode, 5 guys that can take the space and not just rely on 1 or 2 guys and pick and roll every single time to create an advantage. Our pace creates the advantage. Just our dribble drive game, our pass and cut game can open that up, and it just hopefully keeps the defense off balance. They can't just predetermine, oh, we're going to see this action, we're going to see this pick and roll combination. But then when the game needs to slow down, we can use our pick and rolls to create the advantage. We used that for Ja and Dez a couple times late, and also use some ISOs. So we're just kind of evolving, wanted to do something different with our offense, knowing pace and speed's important for us, but our recognition of just manipulating space can come in a lot of fashions outside just pick and rolls.
I'm curious, tonight they closed with Pritchard instead of Holiday, but Holiday took a billion shots.
Yeah.
How different is attacking them at the end of the game when Pritchard's out there, since Holiday's someone they almost like want to throw into switching actions?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Pritchard was having a heck of a night. Obviously, spark off the bench, knocking down shots. I think, they obviously went with, the offensive lineup, but Pritchard's competitive on the ball. I mean, he was disruptive at times throughout the game, so can't predict why, Joe chose what he chose, but Pritchard was definitely a problem for us, and, not surprised why he wasn't at the end of the game. And we know what Drew's fully capable of, right? 2-time champion, offensive, playmaking, shot making, defense. Luckily tonight, just our ball movement and some individual performances at the end just got us that win in an important crunch time.
Sorry about my English, okay? But Jamara had a great individual game tonight, but also helped the team a lot with assists and everything. What do you think you guys are doing to make him better in assists and to help the team, like the whole team?
Yeah, it goes hand in hand. I think his commitment to the pace was big tonight. I mean, there's times when, we can naturally slow it down, just let Ja, create in the half court, but we know for us to be great in the half court, we still got to get to the three-point line pretty quick. His kick aheads, his ball movement, getting off the ball is going to find him in open space where he can be dynamic, playing off of closeouts. But I think the spacing just opens up everything, not just for Ja. I mean, it's for Dez's playmaking, Marcus's playmaking, Jaren's playmaking. See a lot of our young guys, getting 3, 4, 5 assists on any given night. And I think it's just our movement patterns that we've just been drilling down day after day, getting the repetition. It just allows them to open up more for our offense. We see space, we take space, and we fill the space. And when Ja's pushing the pace, we can get to those situations a lot quicker. And I think he benefits, and as you said, the team benefits.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Great. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. Take care.